Big Ben chimed for the last time at Westminster recently, aside from special occasions such as Remembrance Day and things like New Year's. It's not going to be chiming again for about 4 years.
Yeah, and this was a fascinating discussion that kind of reveals a lot about the ridiculousness of like the British idea of itself.
It definitely does. The reason why it's not going to be chiming, there's big health and safety problems with it, and that maintenance needs to be done quickly so the people that work on it won't get hurt. So
because
that's quite important.
It might deafen them.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge fucking bell that they'll be working right next to.
Anyway, so as it chimed for the last time today, at noon, there was a small gathering of people outside, a vigil, if you will, commemorating the last, or at least, witnessing the last bong for 4 years. And one certain MP who was there was like a handful, maybe a few more that were there, was Stephen Pound, Labour MP for, I think, North Ealing. There's a video that the Huffington Post executive editor Paul Woff, I think maybe I'm getting his name wrong there, tweeted out of Stephen Pound like visibly crying in the video and putting like a handkerchief to his eyes. This guy's crying over a clock.
It is the dumbest shit. I've basically decided that these people are just pagans, and they believe that literally there's like a spirit of Britannia that lives inside the bell, and they're essentially just bell worshippers. It's a loud bit of metal, guys. It's not fucking essential to the British identity of itself. Although, like I said, I think it's emblematic of a lot of things. I think it's emblematic to see people like irrationally losing their mind over something that will absolutely be better for the thing they supposedly value in the long run, but which lessens their ability to evoke some extremely shallow view of patriotism.
I mean, the thing is, with this video, go watch it. It's on Paul Woff, his Twitter, at Paul Woff. I'm going to go with that. The video's kind of funny because he's almost like this. Steve Pound is kind of smirking a bit, and there's like a Guardian sketch writer in the background just literally smirking the whole time. Yeah. And you can hear like a few people around him like kind of laughing a bit. And I'm like, is this whole thing a joke? Like, is this... Like, because even the guy crying looks like he's got a bit of a smirk on him. He looks like a bit of a character. But I know he's not lying. And come with me. I'll tell you why.
Take me on a journey.
So it turns out this guy, Stephen Pound, is the guy that organised the whole vigil outside.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, at this point, I'm like, please say he did it ironically, like as a joke.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't. Asked if joking, before today, he said, quote, "No, of course I'm not. Of course we're going to be there. A group of like-minded traditionalists."
Oh.
He goes on, quote, "We're going to be gathering outside the members' entrance, gazing up at this noble, glorious edifice, listening to the sounds rolling across Westminster, summoning true Democrats to the Palace of Westminster. We'll be stood down there with heads bowed, but hope in our hearts."
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Stephen Pound later told Sky News, "Brightness has fallen from the air. The sound has gone. Now it sounds like we're sort of anthropomorphizing something or being sentimental or silly, but it's not. News for you, Stephen Pound, it definitely is."
Yeah. Like I say, these people are fucking pagans. Oh, Jesus Christ.
One thing that someone else pointed out, the people at the New Statesman, what they pointed out there was that Theresa May would condemn the Big Ben silence,
Jesus.
but she would kind of not specifically condemn Donald Trump in his defense of the rallying neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
But they both pointed out here, and talking about those neo-Nazis at Charlottesville, at first Theresa May said, quote, "What the president says is a matter for him." And then she went on to say, quote, "I see no equivalence between those who profound fascist views and those who oppose them. Quote, I think it is important for all those in positions of responsibility to condemn far-right views wherever we hear them." So she's like condemning far-right views and fascists and neo-Nazis there, but like, don't touch Trump. He's like our big ally West. Don't touch him specifically. We can't ruin that.
Yeah, of course.
We've got to get that trade deal through.
I like the idea that he's aware of global politics at all. Like, when they last met, he literally said, like, "Oh, call me if you're ever in town." Yes. Like, the Prime Minister of the UK is just going to, like, go, "Oh, we're holidaying. Why don't we give Donald a ring?"
That's what she said about President Trump's comments.
Yeah.
On the Big Ben thing. I don't even know what to call it. It's just ridiculous. She said, "Of course we want to ensure people's safety at work, but it can't be right for Big Ben to be silent for 4 years." And I hope that the Speaker, as the Chairman of the House of Commons Commission, will look into this urgently so that we can ensure that we can continue to hear Big Ben through those 4 years.
I mean, presumably this is catnip to, like, her voter base of 60-year-olds who get overly, like, misty-eyed about a country they've ruined every institution of, right?
Yeah.